Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I have my buddy Shashank with us, and today he's going to share some advice on how to get an internship. Hello, my friend. Thanks for taking the time today.
Hey, good morning, Professor Kev. So I'm Shashank. I'm a first year student at the University of Florida. I'm currently in computer science, and I kind of wanted to share my internship experiences. I landed three internships in a span of 3 months into college. I kind of wanted to share some um, insights on that. And
I'm kind of
just on a
curious.
personal
Three in
note,
3 months is pretty impressive. So,
yeah.
what did you do?
Yeah, so I think one of the first things that worked was I actually started in the summer. So I kind of understood how when everyone came in, what they were doing versus what I was doing. And I think right away, like before I even started, I started reaching out to professors about research, and started reaching out to organizations, club leaders on Discord especially, saying, "Hey, like I'm interested. I would love to get like in a leadership position, help on projects." So I think one of the first mistakes that people make is that they don't make their resume in time. It's super surprising because 2 months into college, like you want to get as many projects on your resume as possible. Like it doesn't matter what degree you're applying for. Like recruiters and stuff, they want to see experience. And I think what worked really well for me was that I was already involved in three organizations by the time 2 months was up. So this is actually a really funny story. So I was at a career fair. What had happened was I had so much experience on my resume, and when I walked up to the recruiter, seeing two other freshmen and me versus me, they were easily able to distinguish who had experiences and who was ready to go. So I think that's really important. Get experience as soon as possible onto your resume.
What's next?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest advices I would give is attend your college's career fair. I know many people do, but the biggest mistake people make is that you can't approach the recruiter with the attitude that, hey, this is what I've done. These are all my experiences. Do you have any opportunities available? If you're gonna go with that approach, they're gonna say, hey, you probably heard this statement so many times. Yeah, this is our link. Please scan this QR code and apply. That's not very helpful. Um, and I kind of what I learned from that is that you gotta have to do your research before. So what I did was the day before the career fair, I went through all the list of the companies I was interested in, went on their website, scouted all the internships or opportunities I was actually interested in, and I went up to the recruiter and I was like, "This is the project I've done, and I feel like this is the opportunity I'm interested in. I think these correlate really well. I'm super interested. I would like to, learn about this opportunity." That shows that you're actually prepared, you're interested in the opportunity, and also they can't say go on our website again, right? Because you already did that. So they're like usually. So this is how I landed my first and second internship in the career fair itself, 3 months. Um, what I did was I did the same strategy. Um, Researched it online, went to them, and I'm like, I'm interested in this opportunity. Already did my research. Here's my experience, and they were like, okay, let me hang on to your resume. And that day itself, I got a call from the recruiter saying, hey, we'll give you an interview. So that's how
That
that
makes
went.
perfect sense. Like you said, it's putting in the effort and stuff. So, I any more advice?
Yeah. Also, I think one of the biggest things I've learned till now is that the the tech place in like the job market with AI and everything, everyone's really scared, right? But the thing we have to understand is that you can't get a degree and have basic experience on your resume and go for like an interview and actually expect to get a job because right now like recruiters are not worried about your GPA. Like I've seen people like some of my seniors who I've talked to got had like a 2.0 GPA, but he landed an internship at Tesla because I think it's more about like what experience you have. Does it correlate with the company's projects that they're doing? Like
Yep.
that's more important.
Yep.
um and I think like a lot of people like who come out of high school, because high school expects you to be a good student, right? Like straight A's, 4.0, perfect AP scores. But then when you come into college, that's not really the case. You're gonna have to like adapt that mindset that your priority should be more about experience, and school should. I'm not saying like don't manage school. Like that's also important, but experiences are way above all that. Also be creative, right? Like attend every single event your school offers, like even if it's not helpful, because you're gonna find that one person, that one connection that might help you land like another job. So I actually went to this like space conference that I would like. I don't want to go into the space industry, but I just went to the conference to get some connections, and I met an alumni there who happened to work at SpaceX, and he connected me with the recruiter. He gave me his number, and he's like, "Okay, share my name. He will probably give you an interview. He'll probably take you direct to the manager stuff itself." So that was super helpful. So things like that happen all the time. Like I think almost like 90% of the people that I've talked to had an experience like this.
Because you put yourself in the right situation. Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
Because in this job market, like the biggest advantage people have is networking, and it can get you a lot of places. And I think like meeting Professor Kev as well, like getting this interview as well, it was just a quick reach out. So
Yep,
never know where you put yourself.
that's for sure. All right, do you have any more?
Yeah. One cool thing that I did I would like to share is that like I like to be creative. I like to try to like put things out of the box, try something out of the box. And I think one cool thing I did was there was a there was an interview I had, and I was like super scared of interviews. I still am. Like I don't know like what questions are they gonna, we don't know anything about the interview, right? So one thing I did was I knew the company. I researched about the company, and they were building this really cool voice AI agent, and I was like, okay, like what? Why don't I just show them that I can do this already? Because already done a project on this. So I made a project that basically does exactly what they wanted, and I went to the interview and I showed them the project. I'm like, hey, this is what I made for you guys, and they were so impressed. They were asking me about the project the entire interview. They didn't even ask me about like any of the interview questions because they were just like, this guy just got it done. Like, what's there to ask them? So it's kind of like don't just always follow the standard procedure. Try to like be creative with things. You just have to show them that like you're capable. Like don't be scared of your like your GPA or like your skills because no one knows anything. At the end of the day, like it's like what can you prove to them? Can you prove to them that you can learn, and can you prove to them that you know you can get stuff done? That's what they're looking for.
Amen. Do I get them all?
Yeah. I've been to four interviews. First one I failed. I'm gonna be honest. That's because um I felt like I was super nervous. I wasn't ready. I felt very inferior that I wasn't gonna lay in it, and that just went downhill. And that's kind of when I learned that you just you just have to prove to them that even if you don't have the skills, that you can get things done and you can learn. And the next three interviews were like spot on.
That's helpful. So, if people want to talk to you more about the internship opportunities, your experience, what's the best way to reach out?
Yeah, the best way to reach out is through LinkedIn for me. You can just type in my name, Shashank Shaga, and I'll be always responding on LinkedIn. I'm super active on there.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to share your experience. As always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you so much, Professor Kev.